You think that you're in love with any person who is ready to give you some attention. See, when you are rich inside, someone giving you attention, you will just be very, very aware, and you will know that you don't need that attention. But when you are empty inside, that means hollow inside, anyone just pour some attention, you just ding, come running after them. Okay, you think that is love. You say, understand, whenever love at first sight happens, the person is very poor in the inner space. It means in the inner space, you are so poor. So attention seeking, people with this pattern of seeking attention is tantamount to inner poverty. You don't know who you are, you don't know your higher possibility, you think that you're not good enough, you need someone to give you energy, to give you attention, then you can feel your self-worth. So attention seeking is inner poverty. This is based on yogic psychology. That is a mental disorder. Okay, if you're falling in love at first sight, it means you're empty within. You are just waiting for a boy to smile if you're a girl, or waiting for a girl to smile if you're a boy, and then you fall for it. Okay, that kind of gullible, very gullible. So all the fellas who fall in love at first sight have a very weak inner space. Be very clear. Okay, so all your puppy love and all that, teenage, and is, you walk past the canteen and one girl just smile at you, and then you feel like, oh, you'll just go over your heads and you're like start floating. So this means what? This is an internal weakness, inner poverty. Next slide. So he said when it comes to the guru-disciple relationship, however, here's the difference. He said when it comes to guru-disciple relationship, believe only in love at first sight. He was like, huh? How come? He said when it comes to guru, because you should be craving so much that the moment you see the guru, you fall in love, because your being yearns to basically recognize being, because you've been looking for the being, even in terms of the consciousness in the guru for many, many births, janmas. So the moment you see him, you fall in love. So if that is not there, please understand he's not your guru. Please move on. See, when you see the guru, you just feel so much love for him, and then you just cannot forget him. He's kind of the undercurrent of your day-to-day, whatever you do, you feel that he's the undercurrent. And then be very clear, that means he's your guru. You cannot forget him. On the other hand, if you feel that there's no love and all this, then be very clear, he's not your guru. Only when you have this intense craving, the moment you see Swamiji, okay, you see the guru, you know, yes, this is the person, this is the one I've been looking for my whole life. Or this is the person who is going to liberate me in this birth. You know that he's the one. Then be very clear, he's your guru. Run after him. Don't let go. Swamiji once gave a very funny description, which I want to share. He said, once you found the guru, just hang on to the, like a rapid train that is moving. When the train is moving, even it's going on in a high speed, just cling on to the window no matter how, and just don't let go. Even however tough the situation is or the ride is, just hang on to him till you reach the destination. Okay? If you go to India, if you go and see those, normal train that you can see they pile up, sometimes they even sit on top, like they pile up. It's almost like this. Is very apt when Swamiji describes. Just hang on and just hold on to it until you reach the destination. So same thing, when you found your guru, this is what it is. Don't don't let go before the destination is reached, okay? Don't just jump off the train. So he said, if the love at first sight happens in the spiritual realm, in spirituality, you are immensely rich in your inner space, okay? Love at first sight in the spirituality, in the spiritual realm, is richness in your inner space. Seeking is inner richness. The moment you awaken to seeking, it means seeking the highest truth or the ultimate of who you are, merging with the source. That is inner richness. Understand? So when you connect with the Guru at the first sight, it means you're able to relate that this is the person that you're connected at your being level. And you have a very strong inner space, okay? See, when you connect with a Guru at the first sight, it means you have a very strong inner space. It means your inner space is able to recognize this being, not as an ordinary human being, but you know he's special. You know that he is there, who's going to guide you. So you have the right depth for love at the first sight. So he said ordinary love, where you have love at first sight, is a mental disorder. When you have love at the first sight with the Guru, that is strong inner space. That is a right depth for love at the first sight. Got it? Yes? Thumbs up? So now let's go on to the contemplation, manana. So after listening to the truth, Shravana, let's enter into manana, contemplation. So let's contemplate on all your love relationship. I don't know how many you had before. And the Guru-disciple relationship, okay? Just see, are you experiencing inner poverty or inner richness? What he talked about inner poverty and inner richness, how does that apply to you? Just look back, just contemplate for 1-2 minutes and see how ordinary love relationship, when you are asking for attention, when you feel that you need energy from another person, do you experience this inner poverty? When someone don't give you the attention, you feel devastated, you feel depressed. Only when someone shower the attention, you feel, you're in love, you're good. Whereas when it comes to Guru-disciple relationship, after having found the Guru, when you cognize he's the one, he's the source, do you experience this inner richness? Look in. Just for a few minutes, we have that. Just look in your life. Look into your life and see the inner poverty or the inner richness. How is it different from your very own experience? I remember after I went to meet Swamiji for the first time in the program called Nithyananda program. I spent 4 days there to attend the NSP. So, of course, the 4 day was really intense for me, and first time in India, and at that time, Bidari is still not so developed, so it was quite basic, to be honest. So after the 4 days of intense healing and detoxification, whatever you call it, I came back to Singapore and had to go back to work because I applied 1 week leave, I remember. And I remember after I came back, every day I'll be thinking of Swamiji. Somehow, I'll be in front of my laptop and I'll be thinking of Swamiji. And then after that, when I listen to the song, his song that we played during the darshan, and then I'll be crying. I'll be like feeling the missing. Then I was like, oh God, what's happening to me? Whole day thinking of Swamiji and then crying when I feel, when I listen to the song. I was like, what is happening to me? I didn't even know what was happening to me. Then after I read, I think, is it Living Enlightenment, or I heard for someone saying that when you cannot forget the Guru, be very clear, he is your master, he's your Guru. So that gave me the confirmation that he's my Guru. And then when that happened, I decided to go back and continue to work on becoming his disciple, because the next part, to become his disciple, I need to basically get initiated. So I need to become vegetarian. So it took me like 6 months to prepare myself to become an initiated healer. So that was the clarity. When you know that he's a guru, and you just take the jump. All right, so next insight number 50. This is a very fascinating one. Come. Next slide. So the next one is understanding aloneness. Okay, see, recently I joined TikTok, maybe about more than 1 year ago. It's coming to 2 years now, because I was shown that I should join TikTok. So I said, okay, I went into the TikTok and I was like, oh God, it's like a totally different world. And I saw a lot of people are feeling lonely. A lot of men are lonely. Okay. So I'm just, wondering, they should know what is loneliness and aloneness. So this is the insight for those of you who feel that you're lonely. Okay. The main difference. Listen. So here's a question, another question from a devotee. He said, I always understood spirituality as a path of aloneness. But you always ask us to share this great truth, our experiences with other people. When we share and we talk, are we not moving away from the path of aloneness and engaging ourselves in the useless network of relationship of the materialistic world? So this person is asking, why is it important to share with other people when I can just remain in bliss, being in aloneness, and ultimately merge into you, my Guru? Okay, so that was a question, a very valid question. Okay, so now here comes the crux of the truth. He said, you don't have the right understanding of aloneness. Your understanding of aloneness is wrong, faulty. He said, I can remain in bliss without anyone. Swamiji said, but you cannot. Why? You'll be depressed. Understand, your aloneness is more like a fear of relating with people. You don't want to talk to people because you have fear of talking to them. He said, aloneness is not having without anybody. Please be very clear. It's not that you're living like a hermit in a cave and you just shut down totally the entire humanity or the society because you are just going to be living in a cave by yourself. Understand, that is not aloneness. He said, no, it is the ability to live with yourself. That is aloneness. It means don't feel that, you're living by yourself, something is seriously wrong. You have this withdrawal syndrome that, I need to meet people. I need to be hanging out with people. No, you feel comfortable living with yourself. You feel comfortable being with yourself, inspiring yourself. He said the ability to keep yourself inspired without any need for anything outside is aloneness. Catch it. You can inspire yourself, you can move yourself to the next level with authenticity. Raise yourself to the next capacity, next expansion, without anyone telling you, without anyone be there to to, to inspire you, or without anything outside. That is aloneness. It means you are happy with yourself and you keep expanding, keep moving, keep growing, just because you're able to do it alone. That is the path of aloneness, not having someone or to accompany you and someone to inspire you. If you don't, the person don't appreciate what you're doing, you collapse, you don't do anymore. Understand? That is one major difference. Aloneness is not living without anyone. It is your ability to keep yourself inspired without anything from outside. Next slide. So real aloneness is being able to relate with and inspire everybody. See, that is the interesting dimension. You're alone, but you're relating with and inspiring people around you. And being able to relate with yourself and inspire yourself whenever you want, whenever you need to pick up yourself. You learn how to pick up the pieces. Let's say life show you some setback. Life throw you some gauntlet and you get shaken, you get imbalanced a little bit for a while. But you're able to pick up the pieces and again inspire yourself to go on, to keep moving till you reach the goal. Keep moving till you reach the ultimate. That is real aloneness. But you're again working with people. You're able to inspire others. Not because inside you collapse and you also collapse others. Understand? That is real aloneness. And you're not just living inside your body. Okay? Only 33% of you is living inside your body. He said you're living with people. We're living in society. We're living community. Whether it's in a sangha, in the community that you are living with your family, in a country, whatever. We're living with people. Let's be honest about it. So imagine what you will feel if suddenly all the people living around you are dead. There is a calamity and everyone that you're living with just kaput. That means, let's say they had a disease, some kind of contagious disease, and everyone just dropped dead. And you're just there alone because you got some immunity, you're now only one left on planet Earth. Are you going to be living happily? Are you able to live happily? No, right? It's like, oh God, you're living alone now on planet Earth. Then you feel, what is there to do? Might as well also kaput, right? Might as well also destroy yourself. So, see, he said, sharing with others is nothing but creating an enlightened-based community around you. Creating an enlightened-based community around you. That is sharing with others. It is not even serving others. Ultimately, it is about serving you, because when you live around people, you also get to enjoy living in a community. Understand? You enjoy the expansion relating with people. Next slide. So he says, human beings first create the biology-based community. It means your family, blood-related. This is the first community you create. Your family is the blood-related community you create. Then you evolve, you expand, you create a psychology-based community, like friends that you can relate ideologically, friends that you're connected to ideological, like you share certain passion, you share some hobby, you share some kind of belief, and you feel that, oh, I can hang out with these people because we share the same passion. Let's say you play games together or you enjoy traveling together. So these are what we call psychology-based community. Only a few create consciousness-based community around them. What is consciousness-based community? Say, fools are those who create only biological community around them. They only have family. Great are those who create an ideological community around them. That is great if you have a friend community that you share something common. He said, blessed are those who create a consciousness-based community around them, meaning a sangha. So if you have a sangha around you, you are blessed. Understand? That's why in Kailasa, Singapore, we take so much effort to keep this sangha alive. 2 times it was trying to be destroyed. Somebody tried to destroy this sangha. One in 2010, March, during the time when the religious persecution happened to Swamiji globally. The sangha just collapsed and left a handful of people. So we rebuilt the sangha within few months. Just that handful of people, the rest all ran away. That was 2010. Then in 2019 again, another wave came. Of course, there were people who left, but there are also people who continue to keep this sangha alive. In both rounds, I was there. Okay. So he said, if you have someone with whom to share the spiritual truth, the great experiences of life, see, like in sangha, that's what we do. We share this spiritual knowledge from Swamiji with people and try to enrich others. He said, these great experiences of life, he said, the greatest joy is in creating a community-based community, a consciousness-based community, which is a sangha, because a sangha is a way to train us to also learn how to evolve, ourselves to experience consciousness and ultimately enlightenment. So understanding aloneness, and then why we need to create a consciousness-based community, sangha. Okay, so that is understanding aloneness. Next up. So I hope you catch this truth, catch this insight. So contemplate for a while on this insight. Why you need to create a consciousness-based community, a sangha around us? Why? Imagine if we don't have it, how your life will be different. How much inner poverty you will be experiencing. Just see, blessed are those who live around a sangha. Okay, globally, if you go to different zones, wherever there is a temple or there is an adinam in that place, so much happening, so much of like a homecoming when you go. You feel that, when you go to a sangha, even whether it's Melbourne, whether it's Seattle, whether it's LA, when you visit Swamiji's temple, you feel at home. Okay, even in India, when I visited Kashi a couple of months ago in Varanasi, and I visited the Adinam there, I just feel at home. Oh, I'm back home, kind of feeling. So that is the beauty of living around a sangha. And Swamiji's sangha is so huge, it's international. Everywhere you go, almost, okay, the large city or country, you can find his people, the community. So that is so wonderful. So if you realize that you don't have a sangha around you, create one. You see people start gathering and it start to grow the community. So that's why Swamiji say create a sangha. If you don't have, then having a consciousness-based community like sangha is such a great blessing. I remember during the COVID period, where the whole world was suffering the hot lockdown and suffering in the inconvenience and all the torture of the regulators trying to contain the widespread of the virus, right? But here we are, what were we doing? We were attending Paramashivam with Swamiji, and we were doing what? Paramashiva Ghana project. So we were like, Swamiji kept us so busy and so much expansion and trained us to become to be able to work in different time zone. I remember, you know, a lot of the session we had was like during our sleep time. We are literally living in the US time zone, but so much energy and so much expansion. I can tell you, a few of us who have gone through that period of working in this fashion during the COVID, okay? Because anyway, we are locked down, we can't go out. So what would we do? We try to engage online, and Swamiji, you know, the whole Sangha was kept, you know, glued to the computer, just seeing Swamiji, he's enriching us with all the new knowledge of Paramashivam and the initiation. It was just so amazing. We didn't even feel anything, you know, depressive about this whole COVID. It's just like, okay, we can't go out, and okay, we just hang out at home, and you know, we still have Swamiji with us. So it was just so different. And I remember, you know, many of us who went through that period when we did this Gana project, Paramashiva Gana project. After that, the body ability to stay late, like ability to not sleep for a few nights, was kind of booked into the system. Ability to stretch. See, in the past, if I was working in the corporate world, if I don't sleep for one night, the next day it's like, boom, collapse, you know. It's like, cannot function. You need to sleep. But during the whole Ghana project, we were like, so many nights we were not sleeping. We only had like maybe 2 hours of sleep. And then the next day, in the daytime, we maybe catch another couple of hours of sleep. So the sleep pattern has totally been disrupted. But we are okay. We can function still. We didn't fall sick. We are just, you know, so much energy, and you know, so it's such a amazing training period that Swamiji gave us during the COVID time. So it's just amazing, I can say that. So imagine we don't have a Sangha. So many people got depressed, and so many people were just totally, what do you call that, disturbed by the lockdown, and they couldn't take it. Some of them, you know, become suicidal, all this kind of, we were so happy. We were just like, yay! So that is the main difference. Having a Sangha bring us, you know, even pralaya comes, we will still be sailing the boat. The Guru is the boat that it make us sail through the tsunami. So that is the beauty of having a Sangha. I hope you understand why we need a consciousness community. When you have a consciousness community, you will never have loneliness. You only live with aloneness, being happy in, you know, enriching and causing others' reality and your own reality, and being at peace with yourself. Okay, so that is the main thing why we need a Sangha, to experience true aloneness. Next slide. Okay, so let's enter into the 51 insight. Are you following me so far? Being alone, understanding aloneness. Yes, give me a thumbs up. Good? Yes. Great. So now, this is the one on marriage. Okay, so all of you who are married, intend to get married, please listen up. This is a real insight. If I heard this before I got into marriage, I would have, have a different understanding. But what to do? Swamiji came into my life much later, after I got married. So, okay, so listen, he said, marriage is about fulfilling your role, you know, fulfill your role in a marriage. So here's another question. See, today's insight mainly are questions from devotees. So the third devotees asked, I'm planning to get married soon. What is your advice on the role of male and female in a marriage? So this devotee asked the Guru. So Swamiji gave his answer. He said, whether you are a male or a female, your role in marriage is sharpening your capabilities of compassion and compatibility. 2C, double C, compassion and capability. Compatibility, sorry. Your capability of compassion and compatibility. It means being compatible with each other. Okay, being compassionate with each other and being compatible. So he said you are increasing the ability to accommodate more people into your desire, into your fear, into your goals, your ambition. You're no longer one person, you have another person. And then if the family comes, you also need to embrace the family. That means you're allowing yourself to grow in your ability to accommodate more people in your life, whether it's desires, fear, goals, and ambition. Okay, so you're also expanding your capacity to support them in your inner space. In your inner space, you're able to also hold them, keeping them feeling connected to what you want. Let's say what you want in life, but keeping them connected and increasing the ability to connect with what they want. It means not just your own concern, your own what you want in life, but also increasing your ability to connect with what they want. Because now they're part of you, they're your extension. You're part of your family, right? You need to make sure that what they want, you're also able to connect. Not just your own selfish things you want in life. Because now in a marriage means you need to have the ability to encompass more people in your life. Okay, that is the path of marriage. And he said, I tell you, marriage is nothing but a one life guru disciple relationship. Each other is like guru disciple. He said, only when your ambition and goals find and have a place for the other person, let's say your spouse, and the other person's ambition and goal find and have a place for you, will you be homely in the marriage? You feel at home with the, with the marriage. That means you having a place for that person and the person having a place, ambition, accommodate your ambition and goal in them. Then both of you will feel at home, homely in this marriage, feel at peace in this marriage, feel comfortable in this marriage. Only then will you be fulfilling your role in marriage. So which means a lot of communication, a lot of understanding need to happen with the other person that you're living with, you're going to get married with, right? The person needs to understand your ambition, your goal, and you should be able to create a space for the persons to also accommodate that person's ambitions and goal. You need to be vice versa. That means two-way. Cannot just you selfishly dominate and the other person is suppressed, or the other way around. It cannot work. If one person is having a vested interest, the other person is suppressed, be very clear. You will feel suffocation, or you feel the bondage in this marriage. So only then will you be fulfilling your role in the marriage. Other than that, there is no other way. Okay? Other than that, close the door. There is no other way. Next slide. So he said, one more thing I want to tell you. You cannot have a complete union of mind. In the first place, the mind is the problem, right? See, for that to happen, both persons should be in no mind space. If you have a mind, you have patterns, you have likes and dislikes, how to have that union? Forget it. He said, for union to happen, you need to be in no mind space. So union of minds never happens. So don't cheat yourself, fool yourself, or deceive yourself that you think the union of minds, two minds can happen and you can hold the marriage, fulfill the marriage. See, at least be very clear that both of you find a place for each other in your ambitions and goals. Be very clear. For the marriage to work, you need to find a place for each other. I need to know your ambition and goal, and also you need to know mine as well, so that we can hold each other. Okay? So wherever is your ambition, your goal in marriage, is to see to it that you find a place for the other person, your spouse. Because now that you're going to introduce that being into your life, you need to have that understanding. Same way, they should find space for your ambitions and goals. That is the only way you will be fulfilling your role in marriage. Got it? Yes? See, now I know, but too late.
To have this education for
When I couldn't find the same ambition and goal, then I say, so how, Swamiji? Okay, you take care, and then things just happen, and then things just move on. Okay. He said, you cannot be held back. You have to expand. You come. This is your last birth. So the Guru just moved everything based on the soul purpose, based on what the being wants. Next slide. So let's contemplate with this insight. For those of you who are already married with a spouse, or who had before, marriage and divorce, just like me. See, Swamiji revealed a very profound insight on the role of marriage. See, first thing is, are your ambitions and goal finding and having a place for the other person, your spouse, and the other person's ambition and goal in finding a place for you aligned? Is it happening? Is this thing happening? If you are married, you're now trying to fulfill the role in the marriage. Okay? If it's not happening, then what you should do. And those of you who had already basically are done with marriage, okay, look back and see what went, what falls apart in the marriage when this thing did not happen. What Swamiji said in fulfilling the role in the marriage. When this role, this part was not aligned or fulfilled, how it contributed to the marriage breakup. Just see, at least now from experience, from grow the wisdom, right? Learn your wisdom. Because when you contemplate, if ever to come back in another birth, and you will know what, the cognition will stay in you, so that you will know what is needed for marriage. And then you can choose whether I want to get married, to have another person in my life, or decide to take sannyas, right? At least you know what it takes to be married and how to fulfill your role in a marriage life, right? So at least have that clarity, so that you learned in this birth. If you ever come back again in the next body, at least you know what to do. The choice is there, the card is there for you, because the decision is there for you to make, right? So have that understanding. The bio memory, the cognition that makes part of your bio memory. Create that powerful cognition as part of your bio memory. Okay, so take a few minutes to contemplate. What did you miss? Or if I missed, how can you fix it? How can you align? And so that you can fulfill your role in a marriage. And if you are still married and you want to fulfill your role in a marriage, then you need to open up. You need to communicate with the other being and have the same thing apply in you. That means their ambitions, the goal, finding a place for you. Okay, so that needs to happen. If it's not happening, make it happen if you want to stay in a marriage. Next slide. Let's enter into the final insight today, insight number 52. Porn destroys your reality. Porn means pornography, okay? So I'm going to use a short form. Porn, destroy your reality. Okay, so here's the thing. Someone asked how is pornography destroying one's life? Because I think this person asked, I remember it. He said that somebody is, into porn. So, and what is the impact of the porn? So he said, understand, what is pornography? He says nothing but trying to have something impossible. Means living in fantasy. You think pornography increases your passion? No. Categorically, no. He said it adds too much fantasy, makes real life dull. when you're living in the fantasy, you're not grounded. You don't know how to relate with your real life anymore. You feel your life is dull. So whether you are man or woman, pornography takes away reality from you. You cannot relate with real people anymore. Pornography takes away your real love, your real lust, and take away your passion in life. And that is the most, detrimental thing you can do to your life. It's so harmful, so it's like a destructive way of killing your life, otherwise beautiful life. So he said the real love or lust you carry in your body. If you live in your regular life, that means you decided to get married and exhaust that lust, and you will be free from it. That means after the exhaustion, you learn how to go beyond it. Okay, you will be liberated. You will be able to go beyond it. See, there's certain age Swamiji recommend. Okay, next slide. He said that there is no animal other than human beings which wants to indulge in sex until death. He said for every animal there is a season. There's a mating season. There's a the body reproduces and settle down. There's a mating seasons. Like you can see certain fishes, there's a mating season, even certain animals, right? There's a mating season where they feel they need to reproduce. So the